Hey guys, welcome to week 4 of homeschool. Mr. Renner and Mr. Floria here with you guys today. We're gonna be working with long handles this time instead of short. We've promoted ourselves to long handles and try out some new activities. So this is the kind of stuff you're gonna need that implements as a long handle: the tennis racket, badminton, um, a wiffle ball bat, anything that you can find that's long handle. You can try and use a lacrosse stick or hockey stick. Anything that implements as a long handle that you can handle. You can trust yourself to be able to do the tasks that we're asking you to try with the balloon. So like every week, our greeting attendance, me and Mr. Floria, our instant activity, our warm up, and then what are we learning today? Our activity focus and review and closure. So we have 2 videos for you guys, and you guys can following along with Mr. Floria and with his role, and just make sure you guys are paying attention. Make sure you're standing up and trying the warm up out. And so here we go.
Alrighty, class. Now we'll be working on our warm-up. So for today's warm-up, it's going to be a little bit differently than we've done in the past, okay? So today's warm-up, what we're going to be doing is I will be doing an activity, and as I'm doing the activity, you all will be doing the activity along with me. So, for instance, let's say we're doing high knees. If we're doing high knees, you guys are also going to be doing high knees, all right? We will be doing them together, and we'll be doing them for about 10 to 15 second intervals at a time, okay? So with this warm-up, you all will definitely need to pay attention and follow along with me. So for our first activity, we'll be doing high knees. So I'm going to explain to you how to do high knees, and then you all will follow me. So for high knees, you will need to pump your arms, and at the same time, you will need to bring your knees up above the chest, such as like this. You're going to be doing high knees. All right. So you all may begin when I begin, and we will be doing this for about 10 to 15 seconds. Remember to keep your knees up and your arms pumping. Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, good job, everyone. Good job having your knees up high and pumping your arms. Okay, for our next activity, what we'll be working on is jumping jacks. Jumping jacks, if you guys remember, we did this at the beginning of our homeschool lessons, is when you will start as a pencil, your arms will go up above your head, and your legs will spread out, and then you will come right back in, okay? So we're going to be doing this for about 10 to 15 times, okay? So, are you all ready? All righty, let's get into some jumping jacks. And you will be doing it just like the high knees. You'll be following along with me. Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All righty.
Second video.
Next up, we'll be doing arm circles. So your arms will be out to the side like this, and you're just going forward. Let's see how many times we can do it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's make big circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You really want to get those joints and your shoulders loosened up. Let's go backwards. Small circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Big circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All righty. We're going to do one more activity, and it's just going to be stretching, all right? Our stretching is going to be, we're going to reach down and see if we can touch our toes. 1, you're going to try to hold for at least 10 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Try to touch some toes. 9, 10. All righty. And our last activity, our last warm-up part of our warm-up, quad stretches, okay? You're going to reach up, put your right leg to start, grab it, and pull back. Try and hold for at least 10 seconds, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Your other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alrighty, everyone. I hope your heart is beating a little bit faster, like mine is. All right, and you're probably feeling like you need a little bit of air. Make sure you get some water, and don't forget, stay active, stay healthy. Let's get into our health activity now.
All right, guys.
All right.
So what are we learning today? We're learning how to strike not a ball, but a balloon with a long handled implement, sending it forward up in the air while using proper grip. And now we're going to talk about our health activity, eating healthy foods.
Alrighty, class. So now we're going to be working on our health activity of the day. Okay, so today we're going to be learning about how to eat healthy. What kind of foods do we need to eat healthy, and what kind of categories there are. So there are 4 main food groups that food is categorized into. All right, and you're going to imagine these 4 as a big circular wheel. So imagine there's a big circle, and there are 4 corners to it. Okay, one corner, proteins. Your other corner, vegetables. Another corner, fruits. And imagine the bottom corner, grains. Okay, so there's 4 main food groups. All right, now I'm going to be telling you how much of those do you need per day. So for proteins, you need about 4 to 5 ounces of proteins per day. And you might be wondering, well, what kind of protein? What's a protein? How much is 4 to 5 ounces? Well, for example, protein can be classified as, let's say, an egg, for example. 1 egg is about 1 ounce of protein. So if you eat 4 to 5 eggs, you've finished and completed your protein for the day. Now, also is about 1 slice of turkey. So 1 little sandwich slice of turkey also will cover about 1 ounce of protein. Another corner, you have your grains. So grains, you need about 2.5 to 3 ounces of grains per day. All right, and you might also be wondering, well, what is a grain? A grain can be classified as 1 slice of bread. 1 slice of bread is about 1 ounce of a grain, and can also be a pancake. All right, so that will cover your grains. If you eat about 1 of those a day, you will cover your grains for the day. All right, another one, like I said, for your third one is fruits. For fruits, you need about 1 to 1.5 ounces of fruits, or 1 to 1.5 cups of fruits a day. You might be wondering, how much is a cup? How can I cover that? Well, for starters, 1 apple equals about 1 cup of fruit, and that would cover it right then and there. Now, also, you will need for your 4th and final category, you have vegetables. Vegetables is also a very, very important part of a balanced diet. And for vegetables, you need about 2 cups of vegetables. Now, you might be wondering, well, how much is 1 cup of vegetables, and what is a vegetable? Well, your vegetables, mainly most of your greens, okay? So I know this isn't technically green, but a carrot is a vegetable. If you eat 2 carrots, you've eaten about 1 cup of vegetables. That's what they classify it as. They got to be big carrots, though. So, and also a green would be broccoli. If you eat about 3 pieces of broccoli, you've covered about 1 cup. And reminder, you need about 2 cups of vegetables per day. And I hope you guys remember your health activity of the day as a wheel. Alrighty, you need all 4 of those in your food groups per day. Alrighty, and that is your health activity for the day.
Alrighty, now we're going to be working on our next activity. So activity 1 is going to be strong handle striking basics. For this one, we're going to be stopping in 1-minute increments and giving you guys a minute to try out the activity, and we're going to come back to the video. So pay attention to the first part of the activity, and then we're going to go to a timer, and then we're going to come back and watch the next part, and so forth. So go ahead and watch the first part of the task.
Alrighty, class. Now we'll be working on activity number 1. So for activity number 1, we're introducing long handles. I hope you all have your long handles Mine is just a longer piece of wood, and this is going to work today for us. Any long handle works, such as a wiffle ball bat. Anything long handle related that you can grip hold of, and like this. So we're going to go over grip real quick. You're going to want to have two hands on your long handles, okay? So you try and keep your knuckles lined up, all right? Just like kind of a baseball bat. I'm pretty sure you all have done those before as well. And we're also going to have our balloon. So our balloon is also going to be very important with this. So just for starters, we're going to work on kind of what we did with the short handles, except now we're going to be introducing the long handles. And we're going to use our long handle, and we're going to have two hands on the balloon. We're going to drop the balloon, and then we're going to go, all right? And we're going to try and stay stationary, and we're going to use our long handle to just keep the balloon in front of us, all right? We're going to try and hit the balloon at a medium strike, all right? And we're just going to try and keep this going, okay? You're going to have 1 minute to do so, and you may pause this video now.
Okay, guys. Now it's just 2 minutes, but just wait. I'm gonna stop you guys when it gets to 1 minute, and then we'll go back to the next minute. So go ahead and begin. Alrighty, guys, and you can stop, and we're gonna go back to this video.
With the short handles, except now we're going to have two hands stationary, medium strike, all right? And we're also going to be very important with this with a balloon. For our second part of our activity one, we're going to have another minute to do another part of this activity. So what we're going to be working on is we're still going to be working on with a balloon. We're still going to have our long handle, okay? Except now we're going to be standing on 1 foot. 1 foot. We're going to introduce balance into this as well. So same thing, balloon in front of you. So now you're not only working on balance, you're working on your coordination still. You're trying to use two, remember, don't forget to use two hands, all right, and 1 foot, all right? And you guys will be doing that for a minute, okay? And you may pause this video.
All right, guys, now until 1 minute, go ahead and begin that activity. About 10 more seconds. Alrighty, back up, and then let's get next to our next activity, next part.
Yeah. Alrighty, now we'll be working on our other foot, and it's the exact same thing we just did. You're just gonna lift up your other leg, two hands on your long handle, okay? And it's okay if you have to fall, if you fall and rebalance like that, just pick your leg back up. Try and get it again. Try and keep the balloon in front of you on your long handle. Remember your grip on it, okay? And try not to hit anything. Alrighty. That is your activity one. Now we'll be working on activity two after this.
All right, guys, now go back down to 1 minute, and then we'll go back to our next activity. All right, guys, you guys can go ahead and stop. We're gonna move on to activity 2.
Alrighty, now for activity 2, still with our long handles, still with our balloon. All right, except now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be moving around in our space. Okay, you may walk around the house, you may walk outside. Just try not to hit anything. Make sure you stay in your personal space. You should be able to spin all the way around with your handle and not hit anything. Okay, so remember, 2 hands on your balloon or on your long handle, and you're also going to have your balloon. So you're going to hold your balloon up, you're going to drop it, and you're going to walk around the house like this, maybe outside. I prefer if you all would do it outside, and make sure you just have room to hit your balloon, okay? And you may pause this video now.
All right, guys, and for a minute, until 1 minute, we will do that, and then we will come back. Okay, and now we're going to go to our next part of our activity.
Alrighty, for our activity 2, part 2, you will have another minute to complete your activity, except now what we're going to be working on is we're going to be working on hitting our balloon. However, we're going to try and not let the balloon hit the ground, okay? So remember, 2 hands on your long handle, and we're going to still be moving around and try and not let the balloon hit the ground at all, okay? You're going to have 1 minute to complete this. And pause the video.
All right, and go ahead and try that for a minute.
Alrighty, your minute is up.
Yes, and we will go back to the.
Alrighty, part 3 and activity 2. We're going to be doing the exact same thing as part 2, except a little bit of a modification, okay? You're still going to have a minute to complete this. 2 hands on the long handle, okay? Except now, when we're taking our balloon, we're going to be trying to move around backwards, okay? Make sure you guys have enough space. So try and take steps backwards like this. Do walk around, still trying to keep it in your general area, except you may move freely around if it's outside or if you have a larger space in your house. Alrighty, you all may begin with your minute.
Alrighty, and go ahead and begin now. Alrighty, and you guys can go ahead and stop. Now we're going to move on to activity number 3. Part 1 begins.
Alrighty, welcome to activity 3. Okay, so activity 3, we're going to be working with our long handle again, except we're going to be using it to strike the balloon with a force, all right? And we're going to be trying to swing it just like a baseball bat. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be first off working without our balloons. So you may put your balloons down. So we're just going to practice for our part 1 of this activity. You're going to have 1 minute to practice. You're going to have your knuckles lined up on the grip. Knuckles lined up. You're gonna have a nice grip to it. All right. You don't want to be too squeezing it, and you don't want to be too loose where it falls out of your hand. Just want to be able to hold it nice. All right. You want to get a good stance, and you're gonna want to put your bat behind your shoulder. Okay. So bat behind your shoulder, good stance, arms up. All right. And then you're gonna wait for your act like a balloon or baseball pitch is coming, something. All right. And you're going to just swing, okay? So act like the ball's coming, and you're going to swing, all right? That is part 1 of your activity 3, okay?
So go ahead and start that minute now. Alrighty, and now you can stop. We're going to go to our next part of our activity.
Shoulder, okay? So bat behind your shoulder, good stance, balloon or so. Act like the ball's coming, and then you're going to swing for activity 3, okay? Now, you may pause the video. Alrighty, part 2 of your activity 3, you're going to be using your long handle again, okay? Except this time you're going to bring in your balloon. So you're going to have your balloon. What you're going to do is you're going to drop your balloon. All right, you're going to hold it out in front of you. It's preferably that you have a partner during this. If you don't have a partner, it's okay. So you're going to hold your balloon out like this. Still going to have your grip on your long handle, and you're just going to drop it. All right, it's pretty windy, so if your balloon goes all over the place, it's okay. Remember, be outside during this. You don't want to be inside and break something. So drop your balloon, and you're going to strike it with force. Just like that. All righty? So that is going to be part 2 of your activity, and then your part 3 activity will come next. Pause the video, and then you may.
Alrighty. And so for a minute, you guys can try that. Make sure you're outside, being safe, and continuing to practice. Alrighty, and you guys can go ahead and stop. And we're going to go back and do our last part of our activity for today.
Alrighty, now part 3 of your activity 3. You're still going to have your balloon, you're still going to have your long handle. Okay, this time you're going to do it by yourself. You're going to drop your balloon at a high level, and then you're going to strike your balloon with your long handle. Okay, so you're going to try and put a heavy force onto it. Remember, it's just a balloon, shouldn't go too far. And you're just going to drop it and strike it. Remember, grip, and remember, keep your eye on the balloon. Okay, if you have a tee, that'd be fantastic. Put your balloon right on your tee, and you're golden. Or if you don't, put it above your head, let the balloon fall, and then strike it. Just like so. And you'll have a minute to complete this activity. Just like this. Boom. Alrighty.
Alrighty, you guys got a minute to do that. Our last part of our activities for today. Alrighty, you guys can wrap it up. And that is it for today. So if you a review for this lesson, you guys can go ahead and take that QR code, scan it, and go answer our flip grid. Once again, give us some feedback about our lesson, what we could do better, what we can do worse, or not worse, what we can do to improve our teaching for you guys. And for our next class, same materials as today's class, just so we can implement some more long handle striking. So that's it for us, me and Mr. Floria, and we will see you next time.